Hi YouTube, it's Calibrated here. Don't know what's happened to my video. I'll have to reset that apparently. Video capture device. There we are. Make that the right size instead of this massive one. And I'll stick it in the middle. Bit better. Well, hello everyone. We're at Port Lincoln right now. It's Spilled Milk Run Monday and we'll be flying the Delta Oscar Echo over to Adelaide. Then, after getting to Adelaide, we'll head down to, where is it? Broken Hill. Good day to Lachlan and Christopher and Tim, JB Aviation. Good stuff. You can send me as an actual Piper aeroplane. Hello, Chaz. Aircraft's up over there, pretty much where we left it. Probably needs a refuel as well. We fill it up here, and then we might be able to tanker through Adelaide. Well, that's more economical to refuel at Adelaide. Fuel's less expensive there. How you all doing on this rather cold Monday? It was 1 degree Celsius when I woke up this morning here in Melbourne. It's I think it's only single digits again, 8 or 9 degrees. Just going to grab a little bit of a time off the microphone. Cool. So we're IFR flying today. So we'll need air traffic control. We do have it. More to the point, we need this to be set. So IFR flying will be running the GNS, possibly an ILS approach, maybe, we'll see. Of course, this aircraft can't fly an ILS approach on autopilot, so if we do fly an ILS approach, it'll be a hand-flown approach. Anyhow, let's jump on in. So the question of how much fuel we have. Apparently, it is 73 litres per tank. We burn 14.1 gallons an hour. We'll call it 15. $15 gallons in litres is 56. We have enough to get there and back again, and a bit more after that. So we have plenty of time. We've got 3. How much? What do you have? We have 57, 56. Just double check that number again. $146 litres which is 38. Okay, it's a little bit tighter than I thought. That's at 2.7 hours. Nah, I'd be more comfortable to fuel her up. Alright, we'll head over to the browser, and that should get us a bit of fuel. Craig Roads, g'day. Let's jump out. Let's put the flaps down. Then we'll jump out. Okay, quick squiz around. Not doing the full checks with the fuel drains at the moment because we do need to refuel. So we're going to go ahead and refuel, and then we'll head on down to Adelaide. Oil looks fine. So we've taken all the tie downs off, all the chocks are off. Just a little check inside the ailerons and the flaps. Static pitot. Cool. Alright, the first flight we're going to do today is driving the aeroplane over to the fuel bowser. It's not far, it's just behind us. I'll be 9,000 feet today, which does remind me I should refile my flight plan since I just re-logged in again. Cool. Alrighty, first things first, make sure we have our fuel tank set. We do. Cabin vent is on. Let's prime this up a little. We're getting suspiciously close, except for the fact that we're going to go to Tasmania. So we're going to pass through Melbourne, hit Tassie, go through all Tassie and come back up to Melbourne again via Yarram. There's still about 20 legs left. We'll probably slow down once we get in through Adelaide and the next couple of legs. Fuel pressure into the green. Parking brake is set. Carburetor heat is off. Prop is fully forward. Clear prop. Yep, slow planes out of hay. So Cessnas and Piper Cherokees and stuff like that. Yeah, Essendon to the city. Oh, yep. I could probably do that. Can't read while driving though. Might have to get someone else to drive. Imagine that. Hi, can you help me without this really weird project where I'm streaming? No flight plan needed because we're going to actually shut down the aeroplane once we get over there. We're on CSAF 128.0. Traffic Port Lincoln, Delta Oscar Echo is a Comanche. At the hangars, we'll be taxiing out through the RBT apron and doing the refilling. JB, you've already eaten dinner. Yeah, I know it's only 5 o'clock. But we've got some important fly to do. Brakes are in, 1000 RPM. Drop the radios. Let's jump on out. Alrighty, fuel time. There's the static system, and this is obviously the pump, so I'll grab the static system. Jump down here. Okay, static system is on, passengers are out. Time to put the liquid juice in. It's go-go juice time. Full tanks, left and right. Gonna have to refill at Adelaide as well. We'll tanker at Adelaide, get completely full tanks. That way we can possibly avoid paying the exorbitant fuel prices up in Broken Hill. Refill in Adelaide where it's cheaper. They'll send that truck at Adelaide too, won't they? Alright, we can cash that out. Yeah, it'd be pretty funny if we could actually grab the hose, and then you'd have to deal with the hose clipping into the fence. And make sure you put the hose around the right place, and you aren't too far away from the Bowser to get in there. All that stuff. Cool. Go ahead and grab the static. Hey Lachlan, out of those, I think the Bonanza is the most fun. As far as I'd love to say the Cherokee because of Hotel Tango Mike, but the Bonanza is just mind-blowing fun. It's fast. 165 knots across the ground. It's even faster than this thing. Anyhow, we are going to do the full walk around now. Flaps we've already looked at. Ailerons are happy. Fuel drain. None of that is water. It's all the right colour. Fuel, glorious fuel. No water in there either. Spinner looks good. That's full. Cool. Good stuff. Alright, let's jump in. Alright, looking at the compass heading, we are shown 320. And let's look at our plan here. We'll be doing about 160 knots. A little bit slower for the climb. 23 minutes on the first leg. Probably should have broken that up with a crossing, but we didn't. And we have a full center tank, so it's 60 gallon. Alrighty, we'll start it up and get our clearance. Lights are on. Fuel tanks on the centers. No one's around. Clear prop. That's an RPM, leading it out. It's just the VTAL for the A2A. That's alright, you'll get used to it. Yeah, we'll get clearance from SETA before we give them a notification that we're taxiing, and they'll give us a score code and any traffic in the area, which will probably be none. Flight plan is Victor. That's again. PLC RUSSL. Loading the airway. Why? Where's Hobbs? Ah. Really? Where's R707? Need other waypoints. Is that the waypoint? Here it is. ALTRO. And Adelaide. Am I looking at the wrong flight plan, I guess? Darn. Pilby's the one that we're after. We'll do that again. That's the next flight plan. That's the one I was after. Down to Ricab and Adelaide. Cool. We'll contact. Actually, don't need to contact anyone. We'll just move around so that we aren't sitting here on the fuel bowser. Someone else might want to use it. Smileyco. Cool. So that spreadsheet is from Excel Pilot Logbook. You can see the website right there. You'll find the navigation flight log is a product that they sell for $0.00. Unfortunately, they do actually sell it for $0.00, which is to say they'll ask for payment info. They don't charge anything. Alright, so that's 125.3. Before we hit the sensor, we should listen to the AWS. So I know what runway we're going to be using. And the AWS, when I find my phone.
Automated Weather Information Service, Port Lincoln, time 0720 Zulu, wind 360 degrees magnetic at 11 knots, visibility 25 kilometers, cloud clear below 10,000 feet, temperature 13, dew point 3, QNH 1016 hectopascals, rainfall last 10 minutes nil.
Alright, QNH 1016. Set already, cool. And wind 360 at 10, so I'll be taxiing to runway 01. Hi there, Broadmeadows is going fine, apart from being the coronavirus hotspot of Australia. Melbourne Centre and stations Port Lincoln. Delta Oscar Echo is a Piper Comanche taxiing runway 01 IFR to Adelaide.
Delta Oscar Echo Centre, g'day, code 4304, unreported IFR traffic, Eric QNH 1020.
School code 4304, copy the traffic, and connect Delta Oscar Echo. And we'll set that up. Cool, we're going to be climbing out to 9,000 feet. Just need one squiz at something I wasn't quite familiar with. There's Adelaide. Okay, Port Lincoln. And yep, echo level is at 8,500 inside that circle area, but we're at Port Lincoln at the moment, which means we're out to level 125. We'll move over to the CTAF, make our calls, and head on out. Traffic Port Lincoln, Delta Oscar Echo is a public Comanche at the fueling apron. We'll be taxiing out on taxiway Alpha, crossing runway 15 to backtrack runway 01. We'll contact ready to cross runway 15. My neighbours have a wood fireplace burning. You can smell it. It's annoying. Traffic Port Lincoln, Delta Oscar Echo, crossing runway 15. Alright, let's do the run-ups. 1800. Indeed. Yeah. Alright, we're going to depart here. I'm going to make a left hand downward, cross over the airfield, then we'll contact centre. Flaps are up, and let's run the rest of the checklist. Okay, the run-ups are completed. for takeoff controls. Free and correct. Fuel selectors, center tanks only. Fuel pump is on for takeoff. Carb heat is off. Mixture is rich. I'll just keep it slightly lean for the moment. Prop is fully forward. Engine gauges shown in the green. Trim tab. Just a little bit down. There we go. And flaps are up for departure. Doors are closed. Let's go. Traffic Port Lincoln, Comanche, Delta Oscar Echo, entering runway 01, backtrack. Quick look down there. Looking happy, all the lights are in. JB Aviation, yeah, there have been indeed quite a few more. 75 or something. Just in the last day. Hoping I'm not one of them, but I did get tested yesterday, so I'll find out my results when they send them to me. Yes, I'm hoping I don't have it. From all accounts, it's not a very enjoyable disease to have.
Port Lincoln traffic, Mike Sierra Golf is a Cirrus SR22 taxiing to runway 01, hold short.
Someone's in a Cirrus. Good stuff. Okay, mixture fully forward. Lights are in. I'm happy to go. Port Lincoln traffic, Delta Oscar Echo, Piper Comanche, departing runway 01, left hand downwind. $80. Gear going up. $500. Around we go.
Port Lincoln traffic, Mike Sierra Golf, entering runway 01, backtrack.
RPM 24. Port Lincoln traffic, Delta Oscar Echo is on the downwind. We'll be climbing up to 9,000 feet and crossing runway centerline on the cross. Time 33. 0733.
Port Lincoln traffic, Mike Show Golf SR22 departing runway 01 to the north, will be joining a left-hand downwind.
Cool, pop over the centre. Back into the actual airway. Heading 88. Cool, so our estimate at Pilby is time 48, according to me. 55 according to that, but we haven't accelerated yet. Yeah, we'll call it in, 6,000. Melbourne Centre, Delta Oscar Echo departed Port Lincoln at time 33, climbing out of 6,000 feet. Up to 9,000 feet, request IFR to Adelaide.
Delta Oscar Echo, sorry, I didn't copy the time of departure.
I departed time 33, that's 0733.
Delta Oscar Echo, copy, thanks. You're not yet identified. Clear to Adelaide via Pilby Flight route. To 9,000, direct Commanche 1020.
Clear to Adelaide via Pilby planned routes, climb 9,000 feet and estimate Pilby, time 48.
Delta Oscar Echo, thanks. Just confirm Eric Commanche 1020.
1020, Delta Oscar Echo.
Delta Oscar. Delta Oscar Echo, you're identified, verify your level.
Delta Oscar Echo, passing 7,300.
Delta Oscar Echo.
Hi there TC, Cairo Massa. Yes, I created the tour. Basically, I wanted to stop off at all the airports that OZX made, and Orbx, and Aussie, and all the other people that we've done the tour with. So stopping off at all the highly detailed airports that we have in Australia for P3D. That's the intention. And I guess we'll do it a second time once we get the new simulator and see how vatsim 2020 differs from the current offerings. But just to make things a little bit different, I was thinking about doing the tour in the opposite direction. So start off in Melbourne, then head down to Tassie, and then go up through South Australia. After Broken Hill, we're going to the New South Wales town of Hay, H-A-Y. Getting close to altitude capture here. Hello toilet, how you doing?
Also 223, connect approach now, 124. 2 connect. Approach 24 later, well.
Good stuff. Yeah, a lot of the difficulty with setting up this route is that we have a lot of airports concentrated, for instance, in Melbourne, and not many in some of the other remote parts. That said, a lot of our remote parts have very good OZX scenery, freeware stuff, so it was interesting to get out to some of those weird and wonderful places like Cuba PD and I don't know, where else did we go? Parabodu. I've had the COVID test, so I only had that yesterday. I still haven't got the results from it yet. They said it could take up to 3 days, so might not know until, what, Wednesday?
Flight level... Passing... Sorry. Passing flight level 140 for flight level 240,
247, Senate, good day, 1 flight level 280.
on flight level 280.
Ah, you're talking like TC, fair enough. It's at 5.8, we are still accelerating. I can probably lose 80 feet. And we'll stick in the autopilot. That's a pity he got infected, but glad he's better. That was the wrong button. That's the one I was looking for. Cool. Alright, we're established on the autopilot on the heading. And time 50 apparently. I'm not sure we can improve on that. But I'm going to come over here and lean out our fuel. See if that makes it better or worse. Still better. Man, that's aggressively lean. That's way past halfway. That's lean. There it is. So I'm going to be just a little bit above the 14 mark. There, looks about right. Cool. Preferred airports? Well, everyone likes to do Melbourne to Sydney. Pretty much. So if you can find any airports in and around Melbourne and Sydney. I'm also quite favourable to, say, Hobart, Maria, but for vatsim, Melbourne to Sydney every Monday. This Monday we've kind of slanted the thing off to this direction, but there you go. You probably still get away with the Melbourne to Sydney. That centre would extend.
Melbourne Centre, good evening. Business Qantas 231 is climbing to flight level 240 for 340. Qantas 241 Melbourne Centre, apologies. Climb via the seat flight level 340.
There's a little island just below us right now.
340 for Qantas 231.
There is a small airfield on that island.
Melbourne Centre, Qantas 678, passing flight level 1504240.
There it is.
Qantas 678 Melbourne Centre, g'day, climb flight level 370.
Climb flight level 370, Qantas 678.
Yeah, Melbourne and Sydney do an event every week, every Monday. So, the current time. Just going to reset up my things here again. Track is 096. And I'm showing a heading of is that 083? Just 2 degrees off, not too bad. So the GPS is on track up, obviously the DG is on heading up, and so the divergence between the track showing on the GPS and on the DG is all wind. It's that 20 knot crosswind that's blowing us sideways. So the actual direction of travel is out here somewhere. Even though it looks like we're flying at the moon, we're actually flying off towards one side. I'd say the Baron is a little faster. SR22 only goes about, what, see what the cruise speed is of this thing. Oh yeah, it's about the same speed as this. Maybe a little quicker than this. 165 knots up to about 180 knots if you're pushing. We of course are pottering along at about 169, 170 knots. Tim has got me in sight. So this bit of water is the Spencer Gulf. Port Lincoln behind us.
Mike Sierra Golf, Centre. Melbourne Centre, velocity 401, passing flight level 140 for 240, tracking direct Comanche. Velocity 401 Centre, good evening, climb flight level 390. Climb 390, velocity 401.
Up ahead of us, we can see the York Peninsula.
Melbourne
Y-O-R-K-E.
Centre, Mike Share Golf with you, sorry about that.
Mike Sherrigoff, heard from a previous controller that you'd like a flight following service. You still interested in that?
AFM will continue our flight following all the way to Adelaide, Mike Share Golf.
Mike Sherrigoff, squawk 0306.
0306, Mike Share Golf.
The tip of the York Peninsula down there is called Marion Bay. Nice little town. Marion Bay has a population of 172.
Mike Sherrigoff identified, verify your level for me, traffic Stardust Gecko, a IFR Cherokee at 9,000 feet, and the area QNH is, when the website loads, 1016.
We're at Mike Share Golf 4,500 feet and copy the traffic. QNH 116, Mike Share Golf.
Bit different flying over all this water, isn't it? Hi there, Aviation 447. How you doing? Bit of a cold morning today.
Melbourne Centre today, Alpaca 295, passing flight level 115.
Thanks for calling Centre, call Senate.
Alpaca 295.
Alpaca 295, Centre, g'day, climb by third flight level 350.
Climb by flight level 350, Alpaca 295.
Aha! I'm behind old Echo Zulu. Mr. Stefan was on board, I'm assuming.
Quarter 881, Centre, g'day.
It was 1 degree when I got up this morning. It is cold.
Quarter 881, South clearance available. Quarter 881, cleared RP6 Alpha arrival, runway 34, flight level 350. Correction, flight level 340.
Craig, we had a warm day on Friday. That's it. On to the UK.
Alpaca 295, are you still on a speed restriction?
See if we can get the ATIS up.
My speed restriction was 280 or greater, Alpaca 295.
Alpaca 295.
ATIS would be on 134.5.
Place round or approach, notify receipt of Juliet.
They're up.
Adelaide terminal information, Juliet. Runway 5. Surface wind 030 degrees, 8 knots. Handling. Temperature +1 degree. UNH 1019er. On first contact with Adelaide ground or approach, notify receipt of Juliet.
Melbourne Centre, Delta 64 with you, passing flight level 134. Delta 64, Centre, g'day, climb past the flight level 280. Climb the airspeed, flight level 280, Delta 64.
Cool. Radars set up, we have the ground frequency set. ATIS on the standby, currently with sensor. In a little while we'll probably be handed off to approach 124.2. Adelaide radar. Alright, I'm showing 080 almost exactly.
Got off Kiko Center. Delta Oscar Echo Center.
Delta Oscar Echo.
Delta Echo, kind of approach you're looking for.
Delta Oscar Echo, we can take visual or VOR, up to you.
Delta Oscar Echo.
Need A for Adelaide. There we are. It's going to be runway 05s. I've suggested the VOR or a visual. Going to pick up aerodrome charts and also apron chart 1 and 2.
Melbourne Center, good evening. This is Qantas 231 with you, flight level 340.
Yeah, we're definitely up to the general aviation apron. So via Alpha 3 or Foxtrot 1 straight up to the T2 apron past Alpha 2.
Center just 99, flight level 360.
You won't be going anywhere near just 1. So yep, stick on that. Going to be landing on runway 05, probably vacating on, we could probably get off on Foxtrot 4, but they'll be using 05 for the taxi. So I suspect they'll want us to roll through to Echo 2 at least. Probably hold short of the runway, wait for some people to go past, and we'll just pop in on Alpha 4 and head on out. So we're aiming to vacate on Echo 2, we'll just make it easier for everyone. Sigul, or perhaps straight in on the 035 inbound radial. Adelaide VOR 116.4 will be obviously flying raw data. Adelaide VOR set. You can get the DME. So if we can plug in the 05 data. So, procedure. VOR 05. And Sigul would be the appropriate. Load that up there. Let's have a look at it on the map.
Kilo 127, correction, Kilo 127 Delta, Darknet right off. What? Kilo 127 Delta, Surgeon 3 arrival, runway 05, flight level 240. Surgeon 3 arrival, runway 05.
Surgeon 3 arrival.
Let's see if we could manage the Arnav Zulu. Don't bother with the whiskies. Might try the X-ray. Zulu looks fine. And never mind that one. Cool. Rycab. We could actually fly the Rycab arrival. It's probably jets.
We'd be passing flight level 110.
Just 773, Senna, g'day, climb, flight level.
Head off on Victor.
Apologies, tackles covering each other, climb flight level 330.
I'm flight level 330, just 773.
Let's see if I can pick up the Rycab arrivals. We can, I think. Yep, they're there. Cool.
Albert Center, Qantas 231, apologies, we may have gone disconnected for a second. Not a problem.
I like these. Pass Ikuvu at 230 knots. Bit of a problem with that. We can't. Minimum airspeed 150 at Baton. So basically the minimum airspeed is also the maximum airspeed for us. Hence, we probably won't get that arrival.
T31, start clearance available. Confirm for Qantas 231. A2A, start clearance available.
Love this little the York Peninsula.
Killing T31, correction, Qantas T31.
You can see both bodies of water. So here's the Spencer Gulf on this side, and the Gulf of St. Vincent on the other side, and the York Peninsula right in the middle.
Cleared the Alexei 3 X-ray arrival, runway 05, when ready descent to flight level 250, Qantas 231.
Okay. What's with it?
Open mic. Open mic, check it please.
The only person who can't hear you is the person that hear you. Anyway, there's a little island just under the wing there. That's Wardang Island. W-A-R-D-A-N-G. Point Pierce. That little peninsula coming out is Point Pierce. And a little north of Point Pierce is Moonta Bay.
Hot mic, somewhere's someone who has a hot mic, check it. I'm really hoping it's simulated like the real world and I have overall control of the frequency. Please check it right now. Whoever's typing on a keyboard, check it now, please. Gearlink 127, 5x5. We'll call you back. Not a problem. Someone had a had a hot mic for the best part of about 1 minute there. Completely unacceptable. Please check it.
That was me for a minute.
Hello, me. How are you? Who are you?
That Oscar Echo, when's your calculator top of six?
Don't know what's going to go while I get back on 5.
Thanks.
Utilities.
Over center, velocity 224, climbing flight level 240.
Velocity 224, I believe it was, so I couldn't understand you. Please don't reply. Please change your microphone settings. If you can't do that, then please go text us. It's very loud. Sorry about that.
Oscar Echo, we can start our descent at about 40 DME from Adelaide. Do you want us on the recap arrival or vectors?
That Oscar Echo, I'm trying to coordinate that with approach at the moment. You can expect descent with approach, probably vectors for runway 05.
Runway 05 vectors, Oscar Echo.
Velocity 224, cheers. Velocity 224, climb flight level 370. Qantas 271, when ready, descend flight level 130.
Down to flight level 130, Qantas 231.
Jetstar 99, clearance, Christian, star clearance available. Jetstar 99, cleared Alexei 3, X-ray arrival, runway 05. When ready, descend flight level...
Hi Rossi, how you doing? You've joined us over the York Peninsula with the Spencer Gulf behind us and the Gulf St. Vincent in front of us. The top of the Gulf St. Vincent is Port Wakefield and Port Arthur, right next to each other. Indeed, well, the entire point was to have Adelaide online, so we're flying through the middle of Adelaide International Airport in this thing, and we'll keep on trucking up to Broken Hill. Alrighty, we passed, and time was 7.
Qantas 247, connect center 124, good day.
124, good day, thank you.
Time 23 for the next one. Heading 0905.
H1.
Cool, Sanani.
H81.
Qantas 8, A2A, connect center, expect star clearance. Correction, expect descent with them 124 days from zero. 124 Qantas 678, connect center 124 days from zero. Good day.
Truck 107.
124, that's more zero, Qantas 678.
Check on this. It's about 102.
Delta Oscar Echo, expect descent with Adelaide approach 124 days from 2. Good day.
Wonderful, that's 2, Delta Oscar, okay. Adelaide approach, Delta Oscar Echo, information Juliet, 9,000 feet, tracking direct Adelaide.
Delta Oscar Echo, Adelaide approach, runway 05, expect vectors for a visual approach, when ready descend to 6,000.
Runway 05, visual approach, when ready down to 6,000, Delta Oscar Echo. So it's a visual approach. We can cancel all those other bits now. No more Seagull.
Adelaide approach, today Mike Sierra Golf with SR22, requesting vectors for visual approach on this.
Put it straight into the final approach fix, I reckon.
Mike Sierra Golf, Adelaide approach.
There it is.
Get cleared to Adelaide and controlled airspace, tracking direct Adelaide 4,500, QNH 1019er, and expect runway 05.
Could leave the controlled area for that department to QNH 1019 and expect runway 05 Mike Sierra Golf.
About 15 miles to the top, is it?
Delta Oscar Echo, turn right heading 110, vectors for a 5 mile final.
Heading 110, Delta Oscar. Heading select 110.
Seagulls 474, contact Melbourne Centre on 125.3. See ya.
And we'll start the set.
Melbourne Centre, what's the side decimal please? Seagulls contact 4. See ya.
Easiest way to start a descent, just pull the power back. And the trim setting will want to maintain the current speed. Hi Lachlan, what day would you like to fly out of Hay? You guys have holidays and exams and stuff happening in the next week or so, so I'm happy to adjust my schedule for yours, as long as it's after 4 PM in any given day. Could be tomorrow, could be Thursday, could be the weekend. Make the request. Sometime this week, hopefully. I do potentially need to go out for a while tomorrow because I have purchased some food from Gate Gourmet. I'll be eating some airline food on Wednesday.
Mike Sierra Golf for sequencing. Fly heading at 070.
Fly heading 070, Mike Sierra.
That's right, I still need to get to Hay from Broken Hill. So if you're doing Friday, then I'll probably drop into from Broken Hill on Wednesday. Makes sense to me. And we'll all be at Hay from Wednesday onwards. I'm going to stick in a direct to the final approach fix. Which I do with the direct button. So I'm doing 170 knots ground speed times 5 equals, that's doing 850 foot per minute descent. It's been a little shallow. It's at 18 miles out now. Okay, it's not too bad. We'll stick with it. 800 feet a minute.
Delta Oscar, okay, descend to 3000.
Descend 3000, Delta Oscar, okay. The difficult thing without having an MCP, you have to remember your clearance limit for altitude. There's nowhere to spin that in somewhere.
Delta Oscar, Echo, turn left heading 100, traffic adjustment.
Heading 100, Delta Oscar, Echo. QNH down there was 1019er. Okay, approach and landing, fuel pump is on. Fuel selectors, both in the center tanks. I'm showing 15, yeah, about 23 gallon each tank. Mixture is progressively coming up. I'll go maximum at 3,000. Currently passing 5,000. And established on finals will be the pumpfish. Yeah, I heard about that. Rex is looking to get some I don't know what kind of airliners they're expecting to find, but one assumes it's in the 737 A320 kind of range. That'd be interesting.
Delta Oscar Echo, descend 1,500, report visual.
Descend 1,500, we are visual now. Delta Oscar Echo.
Delta Oscar Echo, thanks. Track via 5 mile final, clear visual approach runway 05.
Track 5 mile final and clear visual approach runway 05, Delta Oscar Echo.
Mike Sierra Golf, descend to 3,000.
Descend 3000, Mike Sierra Golf.
Autopilot is on. 7.3s, yeah, that seems like, yeah, average expectation. They might get some of those spare 737s from Tiger Airlines misfortune. Probably not, but you know. Maybe they'll pick up a few spare 737s from Perth Airport. Given that Perth Airport have blocked in a few Virgin ones.
Mike Sierra Golf, turn right heading 170.
If you look up at Adelaide, which you can
Right
probably
heading
see out here,
170, Mike Sierra Golf.
you'll see that the city is kind of surrounded by a square of bushland or parkland. It's one of the major features of Adelaide, is it's surrounded by essentially a big botanical garden. Runways inside, I've got the two PAPI lights. Okay, 3,000 feet, mixture coming up to full rich. Alright, I'm assuming everybody's got their seatbelts fastened. If we do have an issue on the approach, we may need to go around.
Echo at 5 miles, contact the tower on 1205, yeah.
At 5 miles, 120.5, dead Oscar Echo.
Mike Sierra Golf, descend to 2,000.
Descend 2000, Mike Sierra Golf.
There it is, 05.
Mike Sierra Golf, report sighting a pilot
47.
Comanche in your 10 o'clock, about 3.5 miles, just ascending through 2,000.
Traffic inside, Mike Sierra Golf.
Mike Sierra Golf, Richard, number 2, track to follow that aircraft, cleared visual approach runway 05.
Track and follow the aircraft at runway 05, number 2, Mike Sierra Golf.
Adjusting for final approach. Speed 120. Adelaide Tower Delta Oscar Echo, final runway 05.
Delta Oscar Echo, runway 05, clear to land.
Runway 05, clear to land, Delta Oscar Echo.
And Adelaide Tower, good day, velocity 133, short of 30.
Velocity 133, Adelaide Tower.
Spencer, I'll probably do it Wednesday rather than tomorrow. I just need to pick up some stuff from Melbourne Airport. Okay, speed coming down into the white, landing gear coming down. Get down. First stage of flaps. Landing checklist. Brakes are released. Undercarriage is down. Mixture is fully rich. Prop is full forward. Pump is on. Fuel seat is set. Flaps will be full for landing. Seats and harnesses are secure. Indeed.
Adelaide Tower, good day, Mike Sierra Golf, FR22 on final runway 05.
Mike Sierra Golf, Adelaide Tower, g'day.
I'm purposely going to land a little long because we do want to vacate on that further taxiway. I can see it, that's the third one in. So land after the second taxiway. Take out the rest of the flaps.
That's Oscar Echo, if able, continue your roll through down to Echo 2.
So Echo 2, down Oscar Echo. $75. Is this Echo 2? It is indeed. This is AU scene.
That's Oscar Echo, contact ground 121.7, bye-bye.
121.7, Delta Oscar Echo.
Mike Sierra Golf runway 05, cleared to land, roll through to Echo 2.
Adelaide ground, Delta Oscar Echo, vacated Echo 2, rough to the GA.
Delta Oscar Echo, g'day, welcome to Adelaide, taxi to the bay by Echo 2, cross runway 30, Alpha 4, Foxtrot 1 to the bay.
Echo 2, cross runway 30, then Alpha 4 into the bay. Delta Oscar Echo. Foxtrot 1 into the bay. Flaps up. That's a random comment, Mr. Fresh Beats. James Papal, good comment. I shall.
Adelaide ground, Connor 1580, ready to check.
Connor 1080, readability 5, how do you read me?
RG 5, Connor 1580, thanks. Could we please pick up our IFR clearance to Melbourne?
Connor 1580, not a problem, you're clear to Melbourne by Bendo, flight plan route, Bendo 2 departure, runway 05, climb up to 5,000 feet,
Cool,
course
straight ahead.
1032, departures with Adelaide approach, frequency 13, actually correction, frequency 124.2.
Clear to Melbourne by Bendo planned route, left Bendo 2 departure on way 05, up to 5,000, course 1032, and departures on 1242, Connor 1580.
1580. Qantas 363,
Hello, Bing.
contact
Hello.
Adelaide Tower frequency 120.5, g'day.
Over to the Tower 120.5, thank you for your hospitality this evening. You have a good one, Qantas 363 Heavy.
Right, we're heading up to the hangars. Once we get up there, we'll shut it down, turn it around, fuel it up all the way to the maximum allowable takeoff weight, and then we'll pop on out to New South Wales. Random hole in the ground there. Good stuff. There's some GA planes, and there's the fuel buses. I don't know what YSNO CTR is, but it's not showing up on the controller list, so whatever. Let's go to the IKEA. .30, 6 o'clock in Adelaide time. RFDS.
And Connor 1580 with Kilo requesting Christian start.
Qantas 1580, Christian start approach.
Christian start for 1580.
Brakes are set, 1000 RPM. Okay, we'll shut it down. Cool, let's open the doors. Let's grab some fuel. I need to go to the men's room. So I'll go ahead and do that now. And we'll be back to fly to Broken Hill. entrance is all the way over there. Dunny time. Yeah, I'm trying to get them to stop spinning. Don't know what controls to use to make that stop. There's my rudders. There's my yoke. Some effect. Not as much as you'd expect. There are. So how do we get the camera to stay in the one spot? There we go. Anyhow, while he's been spinning right round around, we have used some toilet paper, which exists apparently in Adelaide. Not so much here in Victoria, where they're panic buying everything. Quick, grab the toilet paper. Trying to use the GTA controls, so I'm holding down the shift, wondering why it's not running. Because you don't hold down shift to run. you press the R key. Alright. That's actually in the parking spot, isn't it? Should have been over here. Alright, let's drag the airplane over here. Door closed. What do you reckon into that space? No, I reckon all the way around. Cool. Tow bar is attached. Parking brake is released. And what do I need to do here? So I'm pulling her and turning that way. Come on. Push her back a bit. And brakes are set. Alright, let's fuel this baby up. And the static line first. Fuel time. Okay, topped off the main wing tank, but we're also going to fill up the external tanks out here. Okay, left main tank. And the tip tank. Yep, Broken Hill direct to Hay sometime, probably on Wednesday. So, Broken Hill now, Hay after that. It's a pretty long flight to Hay. Alrighty, fueling is completed. Just need to do the tanks. Might as well drop these as well. That's looking fine. Still attached. That's full of fuel. So is that. Love how reflective that is. Looks great. Yep, that's full. That's moving. Wonderfully full. Yep, happy with that. Let's jump in. Alrighty, let's look at where we're going, how long it'll take to get there, all of that kind of fun. So, flight plan 2, we're coming out of Adelaide to Russell, Hobbs, Altro, Broken Hill, 97 minutes. Currently it's about 7 o'clock by the time we'll get out of here. So 7, 8, 8:30, nearly 9 o'clock. Cool. RFDS use FLAi. Spoken call sign FLAi. Cool. We're locked in. So we'll start right up here and then we'll move on out with the clearance. Master switch is in, rotating beacon is on. Prop area is clear. Flaps coming up. Clear prop. Thousand RPM, lean it out. That's happy there. Okay, according to the manual, inner tanks for the takeoff, outer tanks for the cruise, back to the inner tanks. We are departing out of Adelaide and we'll need to submit an actual flight plan. Still 9,000 feet. Good stuff. Alright. So from Adelaide, trekking up to Russell, RUSSL. In Australia. Loading the airway up to Broken Hill. And Adelaide ground 121.7. Radio 2 is set. Gonna listen to the ATIS 134.5.
Mike.
Mike.
Adelaide terminal information, Mike. Runway 5. Surface wind 040 degrees, 8 knots. Havoc. Temperature +11. QNH1019er. On first contact with Adelaide ground or approach, notify receipt of Mike.
Adelaide ground, Delta Oscar Echoes, a Papa Comanche at the GA apron. Will be requesting IFR clearance to Broken Hill.
Delta Oscar Echo, g'day, you're cleared to Broken Hill by Adelaide flight plan route. Adelaide 4 departure, runway 05, climb altitude to 4,000 feet, squawk 4304, departure to Adelaide approach, frequency 124.2.
Good Broken Hill via Adelaide 4, runway 05, initial climb 4,000, squawk code 4304, and departure is 124.2, Delta Oscar Echo.
That's Oscar Echo.
It's 4304. Turn that on. Cool. Towers on the primary, number 1. We can begin our taxi. Alrighty. You guys ready? Let's go. No idea why a GTN 750 would be laggy. Yeah.
On a 494 contact, Adelaide Tower, frequency 120.5, g'day.
120.5, Qantas 694, g'day.
Sierra India Papa, you can also contact Tower, frequency 120.5, g'day.
Sierra India Papa, see you later, have a good one.
We'll taxi out to Alpha 2, and then with our prop facing down this direction, we will do a run-up.
And Rex 4857, ready to taxi.
Rex 4857, do you require full links?
Rex 3857, negative, negative.
I can get you on the Foxtrot 5 holding point, runway 05, by Bravo 1, Alpha 6, cross runway 30 at Foxtrot 2.
Okie dokie, Bravo 2, Alpha 6, cross the runway Foxtrot 2 to the Foxtrot 5 holding point, Rex 4857.
4857.
1800.
Velocity 225, ready taxi. Velocity 225, taxi Lima, Alpha 6, cross runway 30 at Foxtrot 2 to the Foxtrot 6 holding point, runway 3, correction 05.
Nice drop.
Lima, Alpha 6, cross runway 30, Foxtrot 6 holding point, runway 05, velocity 225.
Good stuff.
Velocity 225, and all stations looking to pick up their clearance. Adelaide delivery now online. I'm taxiing frequency 126.1, good day.
Just 468 is ready for taxi.
468 taxi, Foxtrot 6 holding point, runway 05 via Lima, Alpha 6 cross runway correction 30 Foxtrot, so continue to Foxtrot 6.
So we're going to taxi via Lima, Alpha 6, cross runway 30 to Foxtrot 2, and then holding point Foxtrot 6 to runway 05, just off 468.
468. Velocity, actually correction, Rex 4857, give way to velocity 73 on Lima.
Rex 4857, given away.
Adelaide ground, Delta Oscar Echo information, and Mike ready for taxi.
Delta Oscar Echo, taxi to the Foxtrot 4 holding point, runway 05 via Alpha 2, Foxtrot 2, cross runway 30, continue to Foxtrot 4.
Give that down to Foxtrot 4 holding points via, is that Foxtrot 2, Foxtrot 3, Foxtrot 4, Delta Oscar Echo.
Traffic.
Delta Oscar Echo.
Alpha 2, Alpha 3, Foxtrot 2,
Just up 468, give way to the Rex star 340 on Alpha 6.
We'll give way to the Rex on Alpha 6, just up 468.
The good old fuzzy taxiways.
Traffic.
We know all about that in Brisbane.
Velocity 225, give way to the PC24 on Foxtrot 2. Velocity 225 will give way.
I do believe that's us. Alpha 4 straight ahead. Yep, Foxtrot 2 right there.
Traffic.
Fun flying to a big airport. Full ATC experience. Heading off to the boondocks after this though.
Velocity 225, disregard the give way, brake, Delta Oscar Echo. It looks like you're going to runway 12. Would you like it?
That would be us doing a wrong turn.
And we'll continue taxi velocity 225. 35 cheers.
Jeez.
And Rex 4857, are we able to take Foxtrot 4?
Not a problem, Foxtrot 4 via Foxtrot 3.
Foxtrot 3, Foxtrot 4, Rex 4857.
That was someone slewing fast. Jetstar 78 Good stuff.
Ground G'day, G'day 127 Delta Bravo 2.
Like 127 Delta, g'day, straight ahead to the bay.
Straight ahead to the bay, G'day 127 Delta.
G'day, Adelaide ground, coordinate 7456 at command 13, aggressive push and start.
7456, push and start, approved. Caution the key link on Brother 1.
Push and start approved, and we'll caution that Q link, coordinate 7456.
Rex 4857, contact tower, frequency 120.5, g'day.
Lotus Tower 120.5, Rex 4857, cheers.
Velocity 225, contact tower, frequency 120.5, g'day.
120.5, see you later, velocity 225.
Delta 468, contact tower, frequency 120.5, g'day.
Over to tower on 120.5, good day. Cheers, start for success.
Couple of sundries to do before we take the runway. Heading and the takeoff checks.
Delta Oscar Echo, contact Adelaide Tower, frequency 120.5, g'day.
120.5, Delta Oscar Echo. Can we'll stop here for a bit. Everyone's looking good.
Ground G'day 127 Delta.
Go ahead.
Is the center free on my right?
Yeah, I'm showing 220, 217, I'd say.
Velocity 225 is ready.
Velocity 225.
Traffic.
Heading 045. And the track is going to be 351. GPS is set. For takeoff, controls are checked. Fuel selectors set to the center tanks. Fuel pump on.
32. When vacated, contact ground 121.
Carb heat is off. Mixture is rich. Prop is set full forward. Engine instruments in the green. Trim set to neutral. Flaps up and door is closed and locked. Cool. Ready to move. What kind of plane is that? Metroliner. Alright, cool. No one's coming.
Rex 4857, that runway 05 cleared for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff 05, Rex 4857, cheers.
Tower Delta Oscar Echo, runway 05, holding short.
Delta Oscar Echo, Adelaide Tower, g'day. Velocity 225, runway 05, line up and wait.
Line up velocity 225.
1000 RPM, we'll keep it leaned out.
Traffic.
Rex 4857 airborne.
Rex 4857, contact departures. Bye-bye.
Over to departures, see ya.
Traffic.
Avalon and Mirabadoran, very nice.
Velocity 225, runway 05 clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff 05, velocity 225.
Indeed. Sitting in camera online too. Cool.
Traffic.
Delta Oscar Echo, runway 05, line up and wait.
On the point, runway 05, Delta Oscar Echo. Lights on.
Velocity 725, contact departures. Bye-bye.
Departures, velocity 225.
Delta Oscar Echo, assigned heading is right 100, runway 05, cleared to take off.
Right turn 100, runway 05, clear for takeoff, Delta Oscar Echo.
Jetstar 468, runway 05, line up and wait.
Let's go.
Line up and wait, Jetstar 468.
Traffic. 80 knots. Gear up. It's too cool.
Delta Oscar Echo, contact departures. Bye-bye.
Departures, Delta Oscar Echo.
3, turn left, direct direct to Sigel, and include the unknown little approach from runway 05.
So what was that waypoint you wanted to track direct to?
Sigel, the unknown Zulu.
Roger, Civil Arno Zulu, Qantas 723.
Jetstar 377, contact Adelaide Tower 120.5 here.
The tower 120.5, Jetstar 377, good day.
Adelaide departures, Delta Oscar Echo, climbing 4,000, leaving 2,000, heading 100.
Delta Oscar Echo, identified climb to 9,000.
Climb 9,000, Delta Oscar Echo.
Delta 691 on 5,000.
Eagle 691, that's the sequencing, cancel star, and turn left, heading at 240.
Left 240.
Rex 4857, just confirm tracking direct to Pink.
Rex 4857, sorry, we're just having a little bit of troubles currently. We'll track direct to Pink as soon as possible.
Rex 4857, due to faster proceeding traffic, turn left heading 070.
Left 070, Rex 4857.
Delta Oscar Echo, turn left heading 070.
Left heading 070, Delta Oscar Echo.
Qantas 72.
Good evening, Adelaide departures, Jetstar 468, currently climbing to flight level 5,000, currently passing to flight level 3,500.
Jetstar 468, identified, maintain 5,000.
Maintain 5,000, Jetstar 468.
Eagle 691, turn right heading 010.
Right 210,
Delta Oscar Echo, resume my navigation, direct to Russell.
Direct Russell, on navigation, Delta Oscar Echo. Direct to.
Eagle 691, track direct to Ugugu and descend 3,000.
Direct up to 3,000, 691.
City 225, contact center on 125.3.
125.3, we'll see you later, velocity 225.
And the track should be 014.
691, cleared on at X-ray approach, runway 05.
Lead on up X-ray 05 to 691.
Yeah, slight crosswind from the left, a little bit of headwind as well.
Just 468, climb flight level 240.
Climb to flight level 240, just 468.
Autopilot on the axis, 2,000 feet to go.
Kilo 691, contact Adelaide Tower 120.5, yep.
105 to 691, goodbye.
That's Lee in the peak. That's the peak right there. I'll give you, well, calibrated airspeed is your, there's two ways you can find that. One usual way is the whiz wheel, which you chuck in your temperature as well as your altitude. It's essentially ground speed minus any wind component, so it's a true airspeed. It may well be in the handbook. This aircraft says it's 160 knots, so it's about 160. MSA is simply the minimum safety altitude of the sector. So, where are we now? I found a broken hill from Adelaide. We're on this line here going to, what's the place called? Russell. So Russell is inside this area here, which is 3,400 MSA. So ideally you'll plan your cruise altitude above that. It also means you should be up above 3,400 if you're not on an approach. So if you're flying any free inbound, you have to be 3,400 or above until 10 miles out, and then you can descend to the DME steps. If it's night time, you have to do circling until you get above the MSA, and then you can continue on. In daytime you're allowed to fly VFR, so VFR is I can see out the window, I can see where the ground is, I'm not going to crash into it. So you can actually fly below MSA VFR, but for IFR operations or for visual operations you have to plan to be above the minimum safety altitude outside of the approach departure area, which is either 10 miles if it's a CTAF, or it's 25 miles. on a Class D or C airport. And you still need to be above the minimum safety vectoring altitudes for those airfields, which will be on the approach.
Chester 468, contact Center 125.3.
Over to Center 125.3, just up 468, good day.
Level off at 9,000.
Chester 622, descend by star 3000, cleared on an X-ray approach from Y05.
Power's doing well, we'll re-lean it again.
X-ray runway 05.
I'm getting the beeper. She wants down trim set. I'd have to look it up again because there is a calculation you can do with the current airspeed with a formula to do with temperature and altitude to find their density altitude, and then you figure out density altitude versus airspeed equals actual calibrated airspeed. Some aircraft, not this one, but some aircraft have a little sliding scale in here which you can actually move an outer portion of the airspeed, and you literally set your altitude and your temperature. So it'll have like temperature on the inner scale and altitude in the outer scale. And you select the you push the temperature to the outer altitude, then you can read your calibrated airspeed on the outer ring. But don't have one of those on this plane.
Melbourne Center 125.3, yeah.
125.3, thank you.
Pity Aviator 997's not here, otherwise he'd actually come up with the true airspeed from Mac number. Yeah, that's mind-bendingly fun. But at the moment I'm at 9,000 feet doing indicated airspeed of about 145, 143. Got a headwind of 21 knots. There is, of course, this little cheat. True airspeed calculator. My altitude is 9,000 feet. And we're on a pressure of, what was it, 1019er. Temperature currently. Where did they put the temperature gauge in this plane? I was expecting it to be there. Oh, there it is. Currently showing, what's this, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4 degrees Celsius. Indicated airspeed is 144. Calculate 167. It would be if it didn't have a 100 knot headwind.
Jetstar 622, contact Adelaide
21 knot headwind.
0.5, yeah. Jetstar 622, contact Adelaide Tower.
But yeah, your whiz wheel would get that. The E6B calculator. So you just line up the little lines onto the digits with little turny wheels. Yeah, 160-ish knots is about what I was expecting.
Delta Oscar Echo, contact Melbourne Center 125.3, g'day.
I've set a 125.3, Delta Oscar Echo.
was that for Qantas 150?
7 is 10 right, heading 290.
Right, 290, Qantas 150.
Melbourne Centre, Delta Oscar Echo 9000, tracking direct Russell.
Delta Oscar Echo, Melbourne Centre, good day.
I'm going to switch to the outer tanks because you want to get those close enough to empty. And we'll set a timer for... actually we don't need to set a timer. What time do we pass? There, 17 plus 31, 25, 22 minutes to there.
Ready, B75250.
43 minutes. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll switch them over back at Ultra. T48.
Someone sent a Qantas 694. Just checking in to see whether we missed any calls.
Qantas 694 negative. You'll receive star from center 1240 in a second. Otherwise, give it a sec.
Oh, a couple of seconds will be just fine when you transfer us over. Appreciate it, thank you.
Qantas 694, you can contact me at 1240 and expect star.
124.10, Qantas 694.
That's 9 minutes past the hour, according to that.
Center Qantas 1065 back with you.
Qantas 1065.
Set alarm at 8:09.
For the 591 descend 9000 Commanche on 018.
How's Twitch Lander going? Quietly, that's how. Hello, one person that's watching me on Twitch. How you doing?
For the 591 descend 9000 Commanche on 018.
So, Adelaide, sometimes known as the City of Churches. I think we're over the Barossa Valley right now, actually. Getting out that way. Lots of Lutherans settled in Adelaide back in the 1800s. Oh, that curve area there, not too bad. Yeah, we're getting out towards Gawler. In fact, that might be Gawler there, the last town. That's certainly the highway. think about it. Yeah, that's got a big gauler there. So this would be the Barossa Valley Highway.
Constant 65 when ready, descent flight 1250.
1250 when ready, constant 65.
Plus 150, descent flight for 130.
Descend to maintain 130, Qantas 150.
Cool. Barossa Valley is well known for its wines. That's the main thing they do there.
Center Qantas 1611 with you at flight level 30.
Qantas 1611, Senegal.
Getting on out there, aren't we? Goes much faster on a plane than it does in a car. Or a bus. The only time I've ever been to Adelaide was on a bus, specifically to go to Broken Hill. We got on the bus, like we flew to Adelaide Airport, landed there, and about 2 hours later we were on a bus heading out to yeah, we landed at Adelaide.
Just another update.
Adelaide International. That's where we went.
As my GPS is set accurate.
Runway 05 at Adelaide.
50, approximately 90.
So we're talking to ATC.
90 miles, Qantas.
We're flying IFR. There's no real good scenery for Adelaide Parafield, unfortunately. So I avoided it. But we've passed Adelaide, we've been on the ground, we went to the toilet, we had the guy spin round and round like a top, like a record baby. Round, 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 round. That T intersection was actually at Coonaga. So we're way further north than I expected. That town's got to be Narupta? Nanupta. And behind that is Tanunda. I know Tanunda because there's a brass band at Tanunda. I don't know Narupta. Narupta. The T is before the P. What? But yeah, Barossa Valley.
Qantas 7456, Sunny, go ahead.
Plane's starting to pick up some speed here.
Oh!
Qantas 7456, roger, no worries, report back.
Brass bands generally don't actually have trumpets, funnily enough. They have cornets instead of trumpets. Same difference. Same difference.
Qantas 1611 ready.
But yeah, the Tanunda Brass Band is...
1611 cleared the Alexi 3 extra.
They hosted one of the national championships not long ago. In the Barossa Valley. Was that 2 years ago? Might have been 3 years ago, but somewhere in that range. Wasn't 2017 because that was Melbourne. I think it might have been 2018.
Alexi 3 X-ray, the Dukes transition for runway 05.
So Lexi 3 X-ray Dukes transition 05.
So I recognise that road behind us, which was Coonaga, and now we're heading out past Sutherland, Neil's Flat. I reckon that area is Neil's Flat. Should see a crossroad at Sutherland. It's not exactly a cross, it's kind of off an angle. A little bit like the intersection between runways 34 and 27.
Mountain 1065, live flight level 340, 100% flight level 250.
There's the crossroad.
150 decent, 9000 Commanche 1018.
Descend and maintain 9000 Commanche 1018 on a 150.
We should have a little hill over this side, Mount Mary. Random cloud.
Velocity 225 approaching top descent. Velocity 225 when ready to descend, flight level 250.
Flight level 250 when ready, velocity 225. And,
Starts to get a little bit drier the further north we go, so eventually we'll run out of farming land. Get kind of desert again. Not quite the desert, but it's more salt lake instead of wet lake up ahead. And a little bit after that we'll be just grazing near where the Murray River kind of makes a corner. Out in Morgan. That'll be a little bit further out that way. So we should be able to just spot the Murray River a couple of miles out. Morgan was one of the big paddle steamer kind of areas in South Australia. Up the Murray River with paddle steamers between Tailland Bend and Morgan. It's one of the largest, most common areas for paddle steamer traffic in the 20th century, around World War I.
Right now, go red move if you like in contact, approach 1242.
Basically they'd try and get all of the grain shipments out to Morgan and then they'd ship them down the river. Lots of sheep as well to the north of Morgan, lots of grain to the west of Morgan.
Constant 65 descent, flight level 130.
Flight level 130, corner 1069.
Rapid 221.
There's that off-centre cross. So I know where I am now.
320.
After 320, after 221.
This area is Mount Mary. We'll probably fly over Mount Mary actually, or just to the left of it.
225 contact center 124 decimal 0 expect now.
1240 expect start.
That there is the road to Sutherlands. So I reckon we're about 1 hour out from the best. If we were flying straight there without stopping, would be overhead in 1 hour from now. Of course we're going to take a little longer than that because we'll need to descend and make an approach. But
Center Combat 65, confirm quantum 150 at 9000. Below.
Constant 65 base over is at 9000.
the road to Broken Hill itself is quite a fair way off to the left. They go a little bit like directly north and turn eastbound around Peterborough. Peterborough is a well-known intersection as well for the railway. The Indian Pacific goes through there. It's where the Indian Pacific meets up with the Gulf.
Kind
of cross each other at that point.
10,1018, Qantas 10, keep that.
Unrated red sandy clay. Sounds fun.
Just 468 approaching top of the stack.
Just 468 when ready, descend final 250.
When ready, 250, just 468.
So yeah, back in, I think it was 2004, Virgin Blue was still a thing. Might have been 3. Either 3 or 4. Sydney Youth Orchestra went out to Broken Hill. That's the only time I've ever been to Adelaide.
Melbourne Centre, velocity 218, climbing flight level 240, passing flight
Speaking of
level
which, we need to realign our thing. Showing 3, what's that? 26,
flight level 370,
026. Yeah, about there. And our track is 027.
Quebec Alpha 247, CFR direct Adelaide.
Is that right?
247.
027 on the track, 014 on the heading.
VFR IFR, you got IFR on my tag here.
Quebec Alpha 247, yeah, it's the second time that's happened. I told the ATC and VFR, but they, I don't know, someone's changed me to IFR.
Yeah, 25.
Quebec Alpha 247, roger. Squawk 1200. You're currently in class Echo airspace where you are. So you can just stay in this frequency.
Indeed, the poor old Overland, is that still running? I'm not even talking about coronavirus. I was told that the Overland stopped being a train. They were withdrawing it from service because it wasn't making any money.
765, turn, fly heading 290, contact approach 124.2, good day.
Heading 290.124.2, Qantas 1065.
There's the Murray River and Morgan right on that point where we get closest to the river. Little inland port town of Morgan. There we are. Murray River.
52, good day.
The mighty Murray.
Qantas 150 contact, turn west heading to
The most southern end of Australia is the longest river.
Approach 124.2, good day. Advise heading on first contact.
Turn left heading 290 and contacting approach 124.2. Have a great night control with Qantas 150.
Southern Spirit. I think that's even older than me living in Melbourne. Oh no, there we go.
456, best I can do is when ready you can descend flight level
Uluru to Brisbane. Nope, I'm talking about the Overland that goes to Southern Cross. I was there, I was hanging around and there were a bunch of celebrations happening for its last whatever.
456, roger, talk back.
Overland train. To be fair, that was a while back, so it might have been reinstated ever since.
Qantas 247 for my sake, can you squawk 3356?
Okay. Yeah, it's still running. Cool. When I say still running, I mean before COVID.
3356.
there we go. The train continued to operate on a $1.5 million annual loss, a subsidy from the Victorian state government. Yeah, there it is, August 2015. Concerns were raised about the future of the train because GSR announced that they were going to end the train in July 2016. That's the date that I remember. And then in August, the South Australian government picked up a $1 million deal. Okay. 2018. In November 2018, the South Australian government decided not to renew the subsidy deal, and the Victorian government had previously renewed their subsidy. This overland allowed the service to continue into 2019. The service was again threatened with withdrawal in December 2019 until a last-minute agreement with the Victorian government's subsidy to continue until March 2020, and then COVID happened. So who knows? The overland may or may not run ever again, but it's not running right now.
Confirm 1051.
1051 plus 20.
Yeah, I remember the overland having monetary problems way back in 2016. There was like a big news article about it in The Age. Anyhow, there's the Murray River, Australia's most famous river. Back in the turn of the century, they were sending produce up and down that river on paddle steamers. There's a couple of good television series about the Murray River paddle steamers in the era around World War One. All the Rivers Run, which is I think a mini series of about 4. Another one called River Kings, which is another mini series about 6 episodes. I liked both of those. They're pretty cool. Both fictional, but you know, based on that trade. I think the River Kings was based in South Australia, so Morgan up to the border.
29 at 06 with flight level 240, request flight level increase.
And all the Rivers Run was a little bit further up north, and they actually have an episode set in the Darling River, where the Darling River becomes essentially a dry set of pools, and they couldn't actually move up and down the river, so they essentially had to live there for a couple of years because their boat got stuck.
Qantas 1952, stand by for a few moments.
Copy, stand by.
Just off 168 connection 124, that's 10, good day.
Over to 124, this is your jet start port. Back today.
Qantas 2456, you back?
So any requirements at this location? Hobbs. Is that on request or? No, it's a requirement for us.
Qantas 952, start clearance available.
Yeah, Vatican received, Qantas 952.
Qantas 952, clear to Lexi 3 arrival, Duke's transition, runway 05, 180 descent, flight level 180.
So, because we're an aircraft that has a true airspeed of less than 300 knots, we need to make a position about here. Melbourne Centre, Delta Oscar Echo reports Hobbs time 49er.
Delta Oscar Echo, say again, sorry.
Just reporting position Hobbs at time 49er, one of those white triangle waypoints.
Delta Oscar Echo, roger, understood.
Look how flat it is up ahead.
Push the wrong button there, but Qantas 1952, there's a runway 05, Alex 3 X-ray, star, Turkish transition, and when ready to set flight level 180.
Qantas 1952, thanks.
So what is north of Morgan? The Mallee, as they call it. M-A-L-L-E-E.
Okay.
Mallee country. So the main feature of the Mallee country is the Mallee eucalypt. It's kind of a bush. Small scale farming up here. Lots of these open wells and farm dams, that kind of stuff. So the main industries out here are wheat and barley. A little bit of fruit growing on the Murray River itself, but probably not this far north.
That's right into some.
Not much in this stretch, so it's actually very small scale farming, barely any roads. I don't know, the next town would be Dangully, I think. Maybe Silverton, just on the border. Cockburn? No, we're a little bit too far south to Cockburn. Cockburn is a town on the road to Broken Hill. It's literally the border. So Cockburn means you're in New South Wales now. I have heard people call it Coburn, but that's a very Perth thing. It's Cockburn in New South Wales. Yeah, there's actually no direct road between where we are now and Broken Hill, which is obviously the most direct way to get there as far as flying a plane is concerned.
Melbourne Centre, Qantas 1062, passing flight level 200 for 240.
Qantas 1062, Tango Day, climb on 370.
Climb flight level 370.
Quebec Alpha 247, Melbourne Centre, do you want me to change to Adelaide approach?
Sea curve.
7 negative, you're just away from Adelaide approach.
Acknowledged, how close do I need to be before I change over?
This is uncultivated land around the Dangully. Dangully, that's the one. That's a wilderness area.
Melbourne Centre, Qantas 482, maintaining flight level 240.
Wilderness area as against, you know, a national park.
Climb flight level 370, Qantas 482.
Couple of salt lakes out there.
MH1018, contact Adelaide approach 124.12, good night.
Descend 9000, contact Adelaide approach at 124.6 on a 1611
Next waypoint is Altro. It is a black triangle.
Select 142 Delta Sunny.
Compulsory position report for all aircraft. He'll probably, well, in the real world he would actually send us off to a new frequency, which would be our position report because we're calling in to a new centre. In this case we may not get that because there's no controller to the north of us. With any luck he'll be extending into the next sector. But yeah, Ultra is right on the border between this Melbourne Centre and the next one over.
18, flight level 240.
So normally contact 122.6.
518, aircraft level 350.
Level 350, just south 518.
That's us heading off. Broken Hill up there. There's the boundary, so you can see where it'd normally be handed off. And the act of being handed off is itself a position report, essentially, because you're making a contact with the new centre. After that, it's Broken Hill. Broken Hill is one of the biggest Royal Australian Doctors flying service. Royal Flying Doctor Service.
330.
Bubble 330 is at the final jet starting secret.
So that, like, it is their main base in New South Wales.
It is so sorry.
Broken Hill is mostly mining. They mine silver here, and they also mine lead. Silver and lead. Broken Hill is in the scenery below. It is one of the Flukey sceneries. You'll be able to download it off avsim.com. Or the link below, which I believe is
633. Are you able to
some like Google download. It's not on the standard OZX package, it's its own standalone. Now the funny thing is the Broken Hill area, which is in New South Wales, observes South Australian time zone. Silverton does as well. So, as you all know, Broken Hill being a mining town, named after a set of hills that look like a large hill with a break in the middle of it. The entire hill is gone now. It's been mined to nothing. It's more of a hole than a hill. And yet, they still call it Broken Hill because, well, that's what the town is called. So, there was once a Broken Hill and now it's a hill that broke.
Check 142 Delta descend at discretion outside the controlled area.
I copy that. We press traffic.
142 Delta, no traffic at King's Cut, QNH 1017.
Yeah, they broke the hill and they mined it until it's not there anymore. Now it's a broken hole instead of broken hill.
Track direct JB plan out.
Track direct JB Commander, thanks very much. And 633.
Here's a fun fact. Another fun fact is the Broken Hill Mining Company is called Broken Hill Proprietary Company, also known as BHP, which you may well know as Australia's largest, or one of the Australia's largest mining companies, BHP, Billiton.
Near Centre, Qantas 1952 is approaching flight level 180.
Qantas 952, descend flight level 130.
Descend flight level 130, Qantas 952.
As I said, we're starting to dry out the further far north we get. All of these salt lakes showing up.
Back Alpha 247, when you're ready you can descend flight level 130.
Acknowledged, Quebec. Alpha 247, 130.
Hello, Owen, how you doing? We're on the way to Broken Hill. Nearly there. About an hour out to go. I'd even say 45 minutes we'll be there. We're past the Murray River behind us. We're well out into the Mallee territory, and we're going to get even out further out into the Salt Lakes and the Dry Mar. Very, very dry currents we have here. When I went to Broken Hill, the one thing that I remember is being very, very thirsty and managing to destroy something about that size in about 20 minutes. The water from the taps was meh.
Back Alpha 247, Brisbane.
Speaking of 82 class locos, the Broken Hill used to be the break of gauge between South Australia and New South Wales. So if you're travelling to Perth from Sydney on a train back in 1950s, you would have had to change the train at Broken Hill.
Quebec Alpha 247.
With of course New South Wales being the standard gauge, 4 foot 8.5, and the South Australian gauge I believe was narrow gauge, 3 foot something or other.
280.
Melbourne Centre velocity 218, rest of descent.
Velocity 218, you weren't ready, descend flight level 250.
Velocity 218 is descending to flight level 250.
Back Alpha 247, confirm heading 280.
Quebec Alpha 247, 280, acknowledged. Currently heading 280.
Qantas 2906, descend flight level 250.
Center 610. Yeah, Center Qantas 1952, flight level 130.
Qantas 950.
3 foot 6 inch, 4 foot 8.5, and also 5 foot 3.
633, flight level 350.
3 different gauges were in South Australia at the same time at one point.
633, Qantas 350.
350, good stuff, 633.
I'm not going to look at this in Wikipedia. 3 gauge track. This one here. They have 1, 2, 3, 4 rails next to each other. Yeah, very much. Northern Territory. What's a train?
Flight level 230.
Yeah, it would have been interesting in the triple point between South Australia, Northern New South Wales and Victoria, where you have the triple train track. Broad gauge, narrow gauge and standard gauge all in the same place. Hey Tim Burnett, Bendigo. They had Q300s flying to Bendigo up until February. Ask me how I know. I know someone who flew one. But yeah, Qantas used to fly a flight to Bendigo once daily. Qantas taking the Q300-8. Not sure if it'll come back after COVID, but you know.
Big Alpha 247 requesting descent.
Bendigo Airport. Qantas flights Q400 and above operate from this terminal.
124.0.
Which is Q-Link 400. They did, of course, suspend those flights. Bendigo to Sydney in the Dash 8, suspended in March. Much like everything else related to aviation, suspended in March. Hello there, Victorian Department of Justice. We are flying between Adelaide and Broken Hill. We are in the Mallee country. There's no actual towns or roads out here really. We're about to cross over Ultra into the next Melbourne Centre to the north of us. I think our nearest region would be Dangali,
Centre, I think Q-Link
which is a declared wilderness area. And apart from that, we have Cockburn on the border, several hundred kilometres away.
Q-Link 142 Delta, Qantas 482, your Starwatch is terminated.
That's my reminder that we're going to pass Altona and to check our fuel tanks. Good stuff.
Center 9000, QNH 1018.
Yeah, the RPT apron's essentially enough place to park a 1-8 and that's it. Down at Bendigo. Would have been a good flight actually. I hope they can bring it back. I was actually planning to fly it, but you know, the amount of money to fly from Bendigo compared to flying from Sydney was a bit insane. Fly from Melbourne, I mean. So you could fly from Melbourne to Sydney for about, I don't know, $80, whereas Ballarat to Sydney was something along the lines of $300. That big white line, that thing there would be the border with New South Wales. And this here would be the border with Victoria, with that massive squiggly line being the Murray River. What's wonderful to note about that border is that Victoria is ever so slightly further to the west than the border with New South Wales, so you get this bizarre situation here.
685, ready to copy.
Like, who came up with that border? Who? Who came up with that? Who in their right mind decided to give this little bit of the world to New South Wales, this bit of the world to Victoria, and all of that, including this bizarre little point here, to South Australia? It makes no sense. Well, Drew used to get E170 and then E190 from Melbourne.
Qantas 482 approaching top of the six. Center 124. Two together, I think Qantas 482 approaching top of the 10.
So when we cross the border with New South Wales, we should be directly over a little thing called Mootaroo Creek. Speaking of which, I'm going to stick a descent in.
The Again did descend on 2 Qantas 482. 10 flight level 250 Qantas 482.
Let's pick up the good old AWIS.
Automated Weather Information Service, Broken Hill Airport, time 1012 Zulu, wind 040 degrees magnetic at 8 knots, visibility 25 kilometers, cloud clear below 10,000 feet, temperature 9er, dew point 1, QNH 1020 hectopascals, rainfall last 10 minutes nil. Automated Weather Information Service, Broken Hill Airport, time 1012 Zulu, wind 040 degrees magnetic at 8 knots, visibility
040 at 8. Alright, so clearly runway 05. Altimeter 1020, which I'm going to set now. What do you reckon, Australian? It's possible. What's the RNAV looking like? Don't mind it at all. I like it. RNAV. You dial the entire phone number, O2 included. Otherwise you'll call some random guy in Melbourne. Learned that fairly early in my days of being a student pilot, is if you show up in a different state and try to ring your base without putting in the state code, that ain't gonna work.
Qantas 4410, left heading 230 for separation.
Let's go the RNAV. Via Echo. Approach loaded. See what that looks like.
Qantas 44 with you. We're out of flight level 293 on descent, flight level 180, and we are requesting the RNAV Zulu arrival runway 05 Adelaide.
Qantas 44 cleared the Alexi Street Dukes runway 05, descent flight level 250 for separation, 10 left heading 230.
Okay, Qantas 44 just confirmed we cleared the Alexi 3 arrival and left heading 240 for separation, Qantas 44.
Qantas 44, left 230 to descent 250 to track.
Yeah, there was about 700.
Roger, that's heading 230. Amended now the altitude.
Right on the border.
50,
That's a convenient location. Cool. Sleeping in the terminal because he couldn't contact Melbourne on a 02 number. Funny, funny, funny. Yeah, that's right. Dylan called not the AWIS number, so you've got to make sure that the number you call is actually the AWIS, because some of these other ones are like where you call to get a permission to land at the airfield. So for instance this one here, AD Operation Council of the City of Broken Hill, on that phone number, which is the City Council. The only reason you need to call them is to pay your airport landing fees. Ah, Rossi did the old milk run. Good stuff.
310
Look at this brown dirt. Welcome back into the outback part of Australia. One thing I do remember from the long bus ride from Adelaide to Broken Hill was there seems to be a lot more vegetation than I was expecting for this area of the world. All of that is trees. Trees on brown, trees on that kind of red-orange coloured dirt. It's very much the red-orange coloured dirt, but a lot of trees as well. Anyhow, coming up to the border, and just on the border should be Murrawalla Creek. So Muturoo Creek.
Double 7, good day, Singapore 279 with you, flight level 390. Recap, 8 arrival, 8 Alpha arrival, runway 05, and range descent, flight level, sorry, could you repeat that?
So elevation is essentially 1,000 feet above sea level, so circuit altitude is 2,000. We'll be flying the GNSS approach anyway. CTAF 126.7, let's set that up.
3360 for 279.
250 for 130.7.
Center, Qantas 65, g'day, climbing through flight level 370 to 380.
That's the thing about Avalon though, it doesn't really get freighters, it mostly gets Jetstar. Avalon's like Jetstar plus a couple of international low costies, mostly going to Bali.
Flight level 370, Qantas 682.
Singapore 279, just confirm it was the Ricard 8 Victor.
50. So we'll contact center with our descent and estimate Broken Hill at time 50. 10 minutes to 9.
Santa good day, Lima Tango Alpha with you, sky level 400.
Hello Windows seat, g'day. Good old Twitch.
It's a 525 German way, Singapore 279.
Alright, before we start the descent, it's time to double check our heading. It's showing 26, I'd say.
Direct electric planned route on the football.
Where's control airspace boundary? I think it's only 500 feet below us, might even be above us, not sure. It's above us. Okay, it's 12,000. We're already outside controlled airspace, we don't even need to descend to get there. Look, E lower level, flight level 125. We could conceivably cancel IFR and just fly VFR all the way back in. I think we'll go direct to Whiskey Delta. Didn't even turn. Good stuff.
Qantas 65 reporting back.
Time to descend, really. I reckon that was our creek right there.
Advice on I was having QNH 1018, 4279. Airline at start 9,000 with the Adelaide QNH is flight 01. Then was 9,000 on QNH 101.
Right, I reckon cancel IFR. We'll get out of his hair, so they don't have to worry about that static.
First 44, stand by for the placement from Adelaide approach. First 44.
Aussie Firefighter 06, we left your airport about 3 hours ago. We're going to Broken Hill now. On RNAV approach, the minimum descent altitude is various things depending where you are. But it's never the airfield altitude, otherwise you'd be missing approach as you crash. So we better go around before we actually crash into a hole. Yeah, you reckon. Anyway, you can see MDA here. So from the final approach fix, you begin a 3-degree glide path down to the MDA, which is 1,470.
44, contact Adelaide approach, 124.42. 124.42.
If you can't see the runway before you get to 1,470 feet, you must go around. There's no option.
Go ahead, test 772.
Roger.
Center Delta Oscar Echo cancelling IFR, estimating Broken Hill at time 50.
Delta Oscar Echo, Melbourne Center, g'day, Silence terminate time 290.
Delta Oscar Echo, thanks. Silence is cancelled. Alrighty, we can start heading down. We are now in New South Wales. Bye bye South Australia. Big epic flights through South Australia. We've visited Mintabee, the town that is no longer a town. Visited Oodnadatta on the Oodnadatta track. Went over Lake Eyre, down to Coomberbee. Went down over the Great Australian Bight and the big cliffs, the Munda Cliffs. Ceduna, Smoky Bay, Streaky Bay, Port Lincoln, and Adelaide. Now we're back out of the state.
Alexis 3 X-ray arrival for runway 05 and ready to see flight level 130.
63 X-ray arrival, runway 05 when ready, flight level 130. Would the Victor correction, the Zulu arrival be available? Jet 772.
Actually, Jet 772, we say Alexi 3 Zulu arrival, runway 05.
Thanks, Alexi 3 Zulu, runway 05, Jet 772.
Lockheed 53, start correct available.
There's Todd. Gonna drop the autopilot now and we'll start on down. I remember Weeper. Weeper's in Queensland a very long time ago. Months ago. Was that even last year?
Lockheed 53, Melbourne Center.
Melbourne Center, velocity 211.
211, g'day, Melbourne Center.
Okay, we've got the Broken Hill multicom set, 126.7, currently 14. Set time 50, but it's actually going to be 45. So we're about nearly 10 minutes away. So I've got one more leg left in this aeroplane over the hay, and then we'll be jumping into something a bit smaller. The old Hotel Tango Mike's going to make a comeback. Yep, Mooney folk turned at the A2A game. Find their Cessnas and stuff. Calbarry. I remember Calbarry out there on the western bit of Western Australia. Ten minutes out. It's runway 05, isn't it? Here it is. Gerald Dairy. Alright, I'll take a look. Broken Hill traffic, Delta Oscar Echo is a Papa Comanche 6,000 feet on descent. We'll be making an approach straight in off the RNAV X-ray runway 05. Estimate circuit time 45. Traffic Broken Hill. Alright, minimum altitude is 2,700 until we hit the initial approach. That's 24. And we'll make a MDA of 1,500, rounding it up. .27 coming out of 4. It's all manual control for the altitude here, because this autopilot can't fly a descent profile. So if I wanted to descend less, then I'd just pull back on this yoke here. Gonna start slowing down to 120. Mixture coming up, and I think I'll hand fly from here. Pump is in, I've got to put these up. Fuel tanks, mains for landing. Still got half a tank in the externals. Good stuff. My aircrafts. Traffic Broken Hill, Delta Oscar Echo, Piper Comanche is 10 miles out from runway 05, straight in approach. Estimate touchdown at time 45. Traffic Broken Hill. Spencer, I think it's not as pitchy, but I do believe it is as ground effecty. Basically you go full idle at about 50 feet and you just let it settle onto the ground. So yes for the ground effect, no for the pitch. There's the hill that's broken over there. '81, hey? Cool. Owen is hoping for a nice smooth landing. Runway's in sight. Traffic Broken Hill, Delta Oscar Echo is 5 miles out from runway 05. Passing 2,500 on descent. Traffic Broken Hill. Alright, let's drop a gear. Let's get to the right speed first. Got it? Get out. Green light. I believe there is some scenery for Norfolk Island. There's a freeware floating around somewhere. We should have gone there, eh? Should have done it for across the ditch. Prop fully forward. Let's do the gear checks. Brakes are released. Landing gear is down. Mixture fully rich. Prop is forward. Pump is on. Fuel set to the main tanks. Seats and harnesses are secure. Instrument set. That's the minimums. Landing gear is down. Flaps 1. Flap 3. $45. How I put the parking brakes on was. Cool, time 48, vacating. Pitchy as pitch. Traffic Broken Hill, Delta Oscar Echo, vacated runways. So that's the main terminal. What's up here? I think there's Aero Club. Good stuff. Head over there. Broken Hill Airport. Looking good. There's our old Royal Flying Doctors service plane. RFDS Museum over there, so might be a thing to go and have a look at.
Qantas 684, decimal 78. Right, decimal 75, Qantas 684.
Out of range of Melbourne Centre. I'll have to call them on the phone to cancel Skywatch. Brakes are set. 1000 RPM.
Decimal 0.76, Jetstar 987.
Cool. Alright, let's tie it down and head out to town. Come on, spinny man. Stop spinning. Get out. Time to get out. Some wheel chocks to go. And the pitot. Tie down. There we are, Delta Oscar Echo. One more flight left in that until we get down to Hay. And then we'll be back in the hotel taking a bike. Might actually run the other direction. Looks nice with the background of the Aero Club there. And with the sun setting, look at that. And with that done, Avatar Man bids you adieu. Welcome to Broken Hill, hope you enjoy the flight. And had a very nice Milk Run Monday if you've flown something a bit bigger than this. Well, Wednesday we'll be flying this aeroplane over to Hay, H-A-Y. Jeremy Hanakis actually flew real Delta Oscar Echo. That's fun. Good stuff. Anyhow, I'm going to jump off now. Hope you enjoyed the flight on VATSIM. And I'll see you guys next time we do decide to take to the skies. Bye for now.